Hey guys, how's it going? How's your day going on this beautiful day? Today we have a special one. We are going to do some predictions for the NFL season. I did a way too early ranking last year, so go check that out. Maybe I'll react to those. Right now we are going to predict how the NFL season is going to go for every NFL team. Strap your boots buckles. And also, this is my opinion, so if you don't agree, leave me alone. Alrighty, now to the list. We are going to start with the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals, I think, are going to go 6 to 7 wins. Kyler Murray is back, and I am a Kyler Murray believer, but especially with Marvin Harrison, I'm a Kyler Murray believer, and I think with Marvin Harrison, that offense is going to be a little bit better, but they just don't have the pieces yet to be better than 6 to 7 wins. The defense doesn't look great, and the Cardinals don't have the pieces around. I almost said Lamar Jackson around Kyler Murray right now to really get them above a 6 to 7 win season. The Atlanta Falcons. Now, if Kirk stays healthy, they're going to be a 10 to 11 win team. I am really confident. Justin Simmons now, AJ Terrell, that defense and that offense. I mean, the weapons on offense, you got game manager and Kirk Cousins, but you have Kirk Cousins, and then you have Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts, and my camera won't focus. They're going to look like a great team. I like their offense. I like their defense. Their head coach is where it's getting a little dicey. It's going to be a dicey one for them, but I think that the Falcons are going to be a great team. Ravens are going to be back at 12 plus wins. They're a great team. They have Lamar Jackson. They didn't get worse, in my opinion. In my opinion, they got a better this offseason. So I really think that the Ravens are going to pick up where they left off last year, get 13, maybe even 14 wins, and they're going to either be the 1 or 2 seed this year. If Lamar Jackson stays healthy, this is his year. This is the Ravens' year to win the Super Bowl if they're going to win it. Last year, I thought the same thing. But this year especially, if Lamar Jackson can stay healthy, this is their year to go to the Super Bowl and win it. The Bills 10 to 11. I don't know how much I'm confident in them right now with their wide receiver room, but they have just so many questions there. They don't have Gabe Davis or Stephon Diggs anymore. We don't know how good Keon Coleman is. Khalil Shakir should be a wide receiver 3 on most teams. And Brandon Sherfield, I don't even know if he's still there, but honestly, they have a lot of questions on the offensive side of the ball. Their run game looks like it's going to be decent. James Cook is going to be good. Frank Gore Jr. has looked great. And their defense is probably going to be solid, even though Matt Milano's missing time. Panthers, 4 to 5. I don't know. They got a little bit better and they have a new coach and everything, but I don't have the confidence in them this year. Bryce Young, I think, is better than people think he is. He's just not surrounded with great pieces and things like that. Bears 8 to 9 wins. I think they go 9 and 8. I think they do better than 500 for sure. I think better than 500 is definitely where they should be looking at. Caleb Williams has looked great. He's also had some not great moments though, where they've gone 3 and out, and he just hasn't looked like amazing, but he has made some great plays and has looked good. He has looked good. Bengals will be to 10 or 11 wins. I'm gonna go to 11 and 6, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were 11-7 or 9 and 8. But I think they will be good again. Joe Burrow's back. Hopefully he has a healthy year. They have all their good wide receivers. Their offense is going to be great. Their defense is where there's a struggle. Their defense is, the Bengals should be scared because their defense is not great. Browns, I'm going to go 8 and 9 here. They're not going to be great. I don't trust in Deshaun Watson. They won't have Nick Chubb for the first couple weeks. Their defense is always going to be one of the best in the league. I just don't think that they're going to be able to edge out some of these better teams, especially the teams in their division. I really don't think they're going to be beating them much unless it's maybe the Steelers. I don't see them being amazing this year. 8 and 9 is kind of where I see them being. Dallas, I'm going to go. They didn't make any moves this offseason. They didn't make a single move this offseason. I mean, they made sort of like itty bitty moves, and they just finally re-signed CeeDee Lamb. But I mean, realistically, I don't think their team is any better than it was last year. If anything, it's worse because their running back room is just not clear right now. And I mean, their wide receiver, everything else seems fine. I know they have Ezekiel and Dalvin Cook now, but let's be real here. Those guys are way out of their primes. Both of them are. Dalvin Cook barely even played a snap last year. If he did, I don't even know how much Dalvin Cook even played with whatever team he was on. I know he's on the Jets for the beginning of the year, but I think he changed teams. And then Zeke was not Zeke. Obviously, he wasn't prime Zeke. So, all right, now the Denver Broncos, my favorite football team. I think we go 8-9. I think we go 8-9 again. We have a chance of going 7-10 and maybe less than that, but I think we go 8-9 again this year. Bo Nix looks good. I think our wide receiver room is promising. Our running backs are better than people think. Our defense is better than people think. But we still have a lot of pieces missing. We still don't have everything. We're not going to be an amazing team. I don't think Bo Nix is going to have a flawless rookie year. But we're going to look better than people think. Lions will have 12-plus wins. They look amazing. They got to the NFC Championship game last year, and then they got better. So I have no reason to believe that they won't win 12-plus games next year. Packers, I think they're going to go 10-7. Jordan Love looks great. They just, I don't know, I just can't put them above many other teams, especially with the Lions in their division. I just can't see them winning more than 11 games. I can't see them winning much more than 10, to be honest. But they look good. Jordan Love is obviously the highest paid quarterback of all time now, and not to say he deserves it, but he's going on that path of Green Bay legendary quarterbacks. They'll make the playoffs. I don't know how far they'll get. If they play the Cowboys in the wild card round, we know how that's going to go, but if they ever have to play the 49ers, they're done for. Now the Texans, I also think, are going to win 10-11 games this season. CJ Stroud, just another year under his belt. They now have Stephon Diggs. They have Joe Mixon. Their offense just looks scary. Their defense is just where it's a little bit questionable, and I think they'll have some slip-ups this year. I don't think they can get to 12 wins, but I think 10-11 is a good spot. Now to the Colts. I don't know if I believe in Anthony Richardson. I want to believe in him, but I just don't really yet. I don't believe in Anthony Richardson quite yet. I think he still needs some more developing to do. I think this team is underrated, and they're going to be winning some more games than people think sometimes, but I just don't have much confidence in this team at all, really. I'm putting in 6-11, but 7-10 wouldn't surprise me. And hell, even 8 or 9 wins wouldn't surprise me for them. But I just don't see them winning more than probably 7 games. Jaguars, 8-9, or 9-8, one of the two. Texans are winning this division pretty easily, in my opinion. Trevor Lawrence I was a believer when they came back against the Chargers. Ever since then, I'm just not a believer in Trevor Lawrence. This offense is not going to look great with him at the helm, and they way overpaid for him. Chiefs, you can never go against them winning 12 games. The Raiders, 6-7. With Gardner Minshew at the helm, Gardner is better than people think he is, but I don't know. This preseason looked bad for Gardner Minshew and this Raiders team. Antonio Pierce is, in my opinion, he's looking like a good player coach. I just don't know if he's able to elevate this team over 7 wins. And I think Devontae Adams asks out by half this season. The Chargers are hard. They don't have weapons anymore offensively. And they don't have a run game, which is what Harbaugh likes to do. So I'm going to put them on the same 6-7 wins, but they're almost on that 4-5. Justin Herbert's great. I have nothing against him. I don't think it's going to be his fault at all. It's going to kind of be like the Phillip Rivers Chargers, where it doesn't really seem like the quarterback's fault. But the team is just not that good. It's hard to think that they're ever going to be good because they've had such amazing teams. The Chargers have had such great teams where you see the success and they just never, ever, ever have any success. Ever. The Rams are hard. The Rams are hard to evaluate here because they could be bad. They could be bad this year. But I have some confidence in them going 8-9 or 9-8. Matthew Stafford's going to make them look good. That offense is going to be fantastic. The defense is where it gets a little dicey. You lost a Hall of Fame player. I just don't like their defense personally. That offense maybe outscores and has the highest scoring average all year, but the defense just is really scary over there. So I'm going to put them down. Probably 9-8 would be my guess. The Dolphins, because obviously the Jets or the Dolphins have to end number 2, and I just don't have the faith. And to me, both teams are good, but it comes down to the quarterback and the defense. And the Dolphins just don't have the defense, but they definitely don't have the quarterback. Tua is another guy, just like Trevor Lawrence. I've never believed in him. I'm sorry. It's Tua turn the ball over. He's not great. I don't like Tua as a starting quarterback in this league. I just don't. I think he's accurate, but that's kind of it. And the only reason that he ends up leading the league in yards and things like that is because he has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle at the helm. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be a good offense. The defense isn't gonna help them much more, and especially with Aaron Rodgers coming back, I just don't see it going anywhere good. Vikings 3 or less. They lost their quarterback. Their defense is gonna be rougher without Danielle Hunter. I have no faith in the Vikings without JJ McCarthy. And yeah, JJ McCarthy's a rookie. He might not have played well. With JJ, I probably would have said 6 to 7 or 4 to 5. But Justin Jefferson can't carry a team. I just don't think this is the Vikings year. Jaron Hall is not the guy, as much as they want to believe out there that he's the guy, and Nick Mullins obviously is not the guy. So Patriots, I'm going to say the same thing. Drake May could have a good season, but even if Drake May has a good season, I don't see them winning a lot of games. Their defense is very questionable, especially losing Matthew Judon. I mean, their offense is always going to be questionable post-Brady era. And if Jacoby starts, they're going to not be great. And then I just don't think Drake May is good enough. Drake May is my pick to be the bust of the draft of all the quarterbacks. And just my personal opinion. I don't know if it's because there's a sour taste in my mouth with Mac Jones and he's wearing the same number and he's a white guy. Very similar things right there, but the Saints are not going to be good either. I think they'll be on the same realm as where those Panthers are. Derek Carr's not good. Dennis Allen is awful. I just don't believe in this team at all this year. Like, Derek Carr is not a good quarterback in the slightest. So I'm just saying 4 to 5 wins is probably the best bet there. Giants, I think that's self-explanatory. I think everybody's kind of on the same page there. There is literally nothing except for Dexter Lawrence to look forward to on the Giants. Now the Jets, I'm seeing 10 wins out of them. Aaron Rodgers is back. Aaron Rodgers is always a force. He didn't hurt his arm, and his arm is the focal point of why he's so good. And he has great weapons around him. I mean, he's got Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, and he's got Mike Williams. Those are great weapons to have on offense, and their defense has always been a top defense. Like last year, I think they were like 3rd or something. They didn't get worse. Their defense is still the same as it is. So with that defense and definitely going to be a better offense, I'm saying that they get 11-6 probably. They're going to be great, and it's going to be a battle for who's going to win this division. It's going to be the Bills or the Jets. Eagles, I'm going to go 10 to 11 wins also. I can't have the confidence in them getting 12 wins just because they looked so bad at the end of the year last year, finishing the year 1-5 and then losing that badly to the Buccaneers at the end. And granted, the Buccaneers were better than people thought they were, but not that good. They shouldn't have beat the Eagles. And now they have Saquon Barkley, which I think elevates their offense. This team should be a 12-win team. I just don't trust them. The Steelers, I'm going to go to 6 to 7. Honestly, their quarterback situation is not good. Based on the preseason, I know preseason isn't much, but Russell doesn't look great. And with how bad that offensive line is, Russell Wilson isn't going to be able to do anything this year. He doesn't have the mobility he used to have. So he's going to be under fire all season. And then if Justin Fields starts, I just don't have confidence in his arm either. He played good in parts, but when it came down to like important situations where it came down to 2 minutes, Justin Fields just wasn't a good quarterback anymore. And obviously they've been working with bum quarterbacks for the past couple of years now, and they've gotten through it. I just don't think this is the year. I think this is the year where they kind of drop off. TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, that defense, I feel like might get better, but that offense, I think, got worse. So 49ers, I don't think you can ever root against them getting 12-plus wins. That team is so dominant in the regular season. They got the perfect quarterback to fit with that absolutely unbelievably stacked offense. If Brandon Ayuk stays, I mean, geez. And that defense is just so good, too. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw. Well, Dre is probably not going to be back because he tore his Achilles, but Talanoa Hufanga, you know, they should be good. I think the 49ers should be good. The Seahawks, Geno Smith, maybe Sam Howell later in the season. 6 to 7. I don't have much to say about them, except I just don't have any confidence in that team anymore. The Seahawks, I feel like they don't really get better every year. I think Geno Smith had a 1 year kind of ruling, and he's kind of slowly digressed, whatever. I think they could win 8 to 9 for sure. I just see a 6 to 7 win. Now we got the Buccaneers. This one's kind of tough. Because it's tough to see whether like Baker Mayfield's gonna do the same as he did last year, or he's gonna be worse. Because he had some bad games last year, but he had some sure as hell good ones. Obviously, they won a playoff game. I'm gonna go 9 to 8 wins. because I believe in Baker Mayfield and I believe in their team to be that good. But I just, yeah, I don't see them making the playoffs though. They may make like the 7th seed, but I don't see them beating a team like they did last year. Now the Titans, some people have some faith in Will Levis, some people don't. I don't have faith in Will Levis. I think they're a 4-5 win team. I don't think they're horrible. I just don't. Again, it's another thing where I just don't have faith. I truly don't have faith in the Titans to be that good. I don't believe in Calvin Ridley, Tajay Spears, and Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard wasn't good last year. Tajay Spears could be good. I just don't believe in their offense at all. Their defense is kind of mid. So Washington, I can see 6-7. I think Brian Robinson is better than people think. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be good this year. And as much as it is scary that he might get hurt, I think he'll be fine and get through the season as much as he can. I'm seeing 6-7 wins. They could be worse, but they could be better. I think they have one of the most fluctuating floor/ceilings that any team has this season. So those are my rankings for this NFL season. Those are my my record predictions for every single NFL team. If you guys like this video, please leave it a like. Give me comments on what I did wrong or didn't do wrong or did wrong. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.